Hello everybody, it's your girl D Dun Elizabeth and welcome back to my channel. Okay, I hope everyone has been having a wonderful day. I hope everybody is going to have an amazing July. I hope everyone had a wonderful June. And let's get to the point of this video. So today I just wanted to do another refresher of my weight loss journey because I know a lot of people, they don't tend to go watch the old videos, which are very helpful with understanding where I came from, why I started, and how I got here, okay? And some people want their straight to the point answer on how I lost the weight, and so we're finna give it to you. So for all the people who want the straightforward, how I lost the weight, how I lost 154 pounds, all naturally, no surgery, did it day by day, get ready for it because I'm about to tell you. It's literally going to take me 2 minutes to explain. Now, for people who want the drawn-out answer to how it called, how the mental challenges I face, the stuff, the ups and downs of my journeys, the things that I wish that I have changed, but, still push through things, keep tuning in, okay? Because we're going to get into that. But without further ado, that's how they say at the programs, without further ado, I give you the Dun Elizabeth's weight loss journey. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so first things first, yesterday, if you were not on Snapchat, I was on Snapchat Discovery. I did a video with Truly. I will show you guys. I did a video with Truly and they came and shot my fitness journey, kind of like an overview of my fitness journey. And I hope you guys would love to go check that out. I will leave the Snapchat link and the details below. But let's get to the point of this video. So for those of you guys that have been following me on Instagram, following me on YouTube, know me from Twitter, know me from just about anywhere now, because I think I'm kind of famous. And anyways, I think I'm kind of famous, y'all. I'll be riding my bike up and down my neighborhood. People are rolling down the window. I'm like, hey, Dun. I don't even know who that is. I'm like, hey, boo. But anyways, so let's talk about it. So 2 years ago, maybe over 2 years ago, maybe 2 years and a half ago, I started my weight loss journey. And I started head in, okay? So let me tell you, for everybody who wants their straightforward answer, here it is. This is how I lost 154 pounds naturally. I counted my macros and I worked out consistently. I consistently counted my macros and I worked out consistently for 2.5 years. That's what happened. I think some people get so confused when they get on YouTube and people goes, oh, how I lost 40 pounds in 2 weeks. Oh, try this new hack and you will lose 50 pounds. How I lost 145 pounds in 2 weeks. I woke up skinny overnight. I did this hack for 7 days straight and I lost 30 pounds. Like, people put these crazy thumbnails, and I'm not here to do that. Like, I could literally, with my transformation pictures, I could literally tell you guys anything. And so many people are so, they want to lose the weight so fast. They will literally tune in and watch a 30-minute video over straight lies. The only way to lose your weight is by consistently eating less than you're taking in. And a lot more comes with that, because a lot of people, if you solely focus on the scale dropping, you could literally eat 1,000 calories a day and the scale would drop, which is not healthy for you. And I feel like a lot of people tend to forget about the health aspect of losing weight, that some people focus so much on looking a certain way, they don't think about how their body is being affected by these drastic changes. And one thing I had to tell myself when I started was, I'm gonna take this day by day. I'm gonna stay committed. Yes, I'm gonna fall off, and yes, I'm gonna go through ups and downs, but I'm gonna stick to it because overall I want to become healthier. And if you have watched my recent videos, like my old videos from when I first started, the reason why I started was, let me just give y'all an overview. When I was growing up, I was literally unhappy with myself. I always thought that I was beautiful, but as soon as I got into middle school, I got bullied, I got talked about, and the beauty that I thought I had, it wasn't there. And one thing that I noticed is that society will literally try to make you hate yourself. And if you allow society to make you hate yourself, if you allow society to tell you how you're supposed to look, how you're supposed to dress, you will constantly be chasing around in circles. You have to find the true beauty within yourself. You have to know and love yourself in and out, because the out can be so hard to achieve. You want to look a certain way, but you really have to tune into yourself and love yourself fully. So over the years, I practiced like just learning to love myself. My mama took me to the store. I bought some new clothes. I started to embrace my beauty, and then I got to a point where nobody couldn't tell me shit. And that was bottom line. Nobody could tell me nothing. I was beautiful inside the eye, and when I looked in the mirror, I loved what I saw. That's how it started. I didn't lose weight because I hated being big. Let's just clear that up. I didn't lose weight because I hated being big. I wanted to become healthier. But I had to love and appreciate myself how I was then in order to get to where I am now. When I started to love and accept myself, I didn't hop right on my journey. I started to love and appreciate myself around like maybe the 8th or the 9th grade. And then that happened all through high school. I started my journey my sophomore year in college. So it took a minute. I had to embrace that beauty for a while until, it's always like something drastic in your life that happens that allows you to like take that step forward. I lost my best friend, and then I got bit by a snake. I was constantly, didn't even realize how depressed I was until I had to sit down for a week and reflect on my thoughts and reflect on my feelings. And then after that, I healed. It took months for me to heal from the snake bite. And then I started my journey. I said, okay, it's time for me to change. I'm a person that I love being uncomfortable. I will do anything to spark something new inside of myself. They say, Dunn, you always doing something different. Yes, baby, because I cannot stick to the same thing. I have to do something different. So that's what I did. I got up and I did it. When I first started working out, my number one priority was making sure that I tracked my calories. And if you guys are, if y'all some regulars, y'all know Cam helped me figure out my macros, and I stuck with it. When I first started, I could barely eat. I was eating one time a day, and I learned that eating one time a day, you're under eating. Most people, when they want to lose weight, they think, okay, I need to starve. I need to barely eat. I need to cut out this. I need to cut out that. But the thing is, you don't want to cut out all these things and then get to where you want to be and then bring those things back in, and then your body does not know how to adjust to you taking out stuff and then bringing it back in. And then people wonder why when they get to where they want to be and they stop their routine, the weight comes back really, really quickly. And I am too victim of that. At my lowest, you guys, I was 157. The picture that y'all see right here. I was 157. I was always cold. And I had realized that maybe I'm eating too much. I was training about 6 days a week, working out, lifting weights intensely, cardio. And I was always cold. I always was hungry. And I knew that something had to change. And I really didn't like being this small. So I'm like, okay, let's switch it up. Let's change it up. Let's do something different. And it's a strategic way to work your way up to a maintenance, which I was not familiar with that. So I just began to eat. I started to bring back things that I rarely ate. And of course, my weight shot up. But luckily, Dunn knows how to get back to where I want to be. Like, I know where I was when I was confident, but then too, I'm having to like tune in back to reloving myself, learning how to relove myself in this new body. I was okay with being bigger, and I learned how to accept myself. But now I'm in a new body, so it's kind of like a way for me to like redo this all over again, because this is me. Like, I'm in a new body, same soul. I just have to learn how to, be okay with the changes that I see in my body. I've never been a small girl throughout my whole life. So this is very, very different for me. And I'm going to be patient with the process. When I first started, I literally ate the same thing that I always ate. Always ate the same thing. And then I started to cook, because people said, oh, if you cook, it'll be easier. Baby, I don't know how to cook. That's why I said, I do not know how to cook. My mom literally cooked everything for us, and we ate out sometimes, but most of the time my mama cooked everything for us, so I didn't know how to cook. But my mama taught me how to bake chicken, and I put everything in that pot. So I'll bake my chicken with my smother, and I'll put the potatoes in there with some onions and bell peppers, and I would eat that, throw a can of vegetables, and that's what I would eat every day. Wasn't probably logging it right, but it was just the habit of me becoming consistent with what I was eating, becoming consistent with tracking that. Even though I wasn't tracking it right, it's just the habit of being consistent. People get in their mind when they want to start is they want to do everything right, and we are human. When do we do everything right? Name one thing in your life that you did and you did everything right. Not even in school, not even with your business. You don't do everything right. You have to learn to grow through what you go through and learn from your mistakes. And the part of learning from your mistakes is taking it day by day, taking it step by step. If you're a person that never worked out, don't think that just because you want to be small tomorrow, working out 5-6 days a week straight off the bat is going to get you where you want to be. Some people have that self-discipline. Some people have their drive and their motivation to do that, but everybody is not like that. So don't throw yourself in there and run yourself dry, and then you never really get to where you want to be because you're trying to overdo it. When I first started, I was working out 2 days a week on the treadmill for maybe 1 to 5 minutes. Did like 4 moves. Did like 3 to 4 moves, 20 reps of each. And I just stuck to that. And once that became easier, I took it up a notch. And I took it up a notch. And before you know, I was doing things that I never expected myself to do. I was taking myself places that I never thought that I would be mentally, physically, emotionally, like spiritually. Everything just grew. Everything was literally growing by the day. And I loved the journey. So now let's fast forward to now. So I can honestly say that when I was bigger and I was going through my journey, I never really focused on like aesthetics. I never really focused on aesthetics. And when I mean aesthetics, I mean like focusing on, oh, I want to look like this in the mirror, or oh, I want to be like this, or this, or this, or that. Never really focused on that at all. And as I began to become smaller, I started to focus more on my body, which kind of I won't say it messed up. I guess it was a mistake that I made, and now I'm learning to get through it and grow through it, like I said. And like the smaller I got, the more I was like, okay, well, I want to fix this, and I want this to look like this. Oh, and I want to look like this. I want to be like that. And it's like, as soon as I started to tune into that aesthetic goals, I lost the patience of enjoying the process. I lost the patience of enjoying myself getting stronger, enjoying myself getting physically, mentally, emotionally better by the day. And as soon as I started to focus more on the aesthetic goals, the joy of my journey went away. I'm being so honest with you guys. And I don't like to false advertise when it comes to this weight loss. Because at one point, I was like, oh, I want to get to this size. I'm going to get to this size. And I want to see how small I can get. So let me go work out every day. I ate bad. Let me go run it off. Like, exercise is not a punishment for eating bad. And I start to, like, even now, I'm working on it. I start to, like, get a bad relationship with food. Like, start to see food as good as bad. This food is good. This food is bad. Like, oh, I ate too much. Let me go to the gym and work harder the next day. Like, you have to really be patient with yourself. And sometimes it's very misleading when you look on social media and people say, oh, if you want to look like this, then don't eat that. Oh, if you want to look like that, then you don't need to eat none of this. Do this every single day, every day, like that. And it's like, if we being realistic, nobody wants to do the same thing every day of their lives. Well, let me just speak for me. Dunn does not want to do the same thing every day of my life. I don't want to eat greens every day of my life. Like, of course, I love my greens, but I want to be able to enjoy my cheesecake. Y'all know I talk about it all the time. But lately, cheesecake have not been my obsession. My obsession's been chocolate chip cookie dough with Oreo ice cream. Like, I will go to Sonic and get an Oreo blast, and I say, please add cookie dough inside. And if y'all watching, if you got a Sonic and you want some good ice cream, go to Sonic because it's literally so good. But that's besides the point. That's the problem, y'all. So, literally, as soon as I started to focus like more on the aesthetic goals, like literally the joy of my journey went away. Like, working out became dreadful. Looking in the mirror became dreadful. Literally everything became dreadful, and I started to dislike what I was doing. And then I sat down and thought about like how you must appreciate where you came from, like the progress that you have already made. Like, yeah, I achieved the goal of losing 154 pounds. Right now, it's not 154 pounds no more because, of course, I have picked up some weight. But the thing is, I now realize that I cannot focus on the scale all the time. I can put my energy towards better achievements, as far as like me telling myself, I want to get stronger. I want to lift this much weight. I want to stick to being consistent and being true to myself. Like, being on this journey has opened my eyes to so much of like realize that this is a lifestyle change. Like, this is all lifestyle, you guys. This is a lifestyle change. Like, if you want a certain body and you want to keep that certain body, it is a lifestyle. Like, it's something that you have to do for the long haul. And so with that being said, if it's something that you're doing for a long haul, you need to make it realistic. Like, be realistic. I tell my clients all the time, when you start your weight loss journey, be realistic. Like, make your workout times accommodative to your schedule, to your life schedule. If you're a person that have lots of kids and you know that you have to tend to your kids a lot, like you have to make it a reasonable schedule. Like, don't set yourself up for a schedule that you won't be able to commit to, because then it'll just, cloud your, your positivity so much. And that's the thing, like, staying positive, staying energetic, just staying upbeat throughout your journey is key to getting to where you want to be. It's literally key to getting to where you want to be, I promise you. And so overall, like, some of the ups and downs, like, I could just think of off the back, it's just like, learning to not restrict myself, learning to tell myself, oh, don't tell yourself you can't have this throughout the week. But then, because then when the weekend comes, you eating up everything, like binge eating, overeating, restrictive dieting. That stuff is real, and you will realize that you will literally give up so much just to have the body that you want. When you get the body that you want, you still might not have the happiness that you thought you would have when you got there. And that's why I preach so much of, like, self-love, self-care, taking care of yourself each and every day, realizing that the outside is only this much. The inside is everything. Like, it's all about your soul, what you feel on the inside, how you feel about yourself. And literally how you feel about yourself and having a strong head on your shoulders can let you block out all this negativity that we have in the world. This negativity that we have, like, on YouTube. And it's so, sometimes it saddens me when I get on YouTube and I see people, advertise all these crazy things on how to, do this. Like, oh, you can do this and you lose weight in 7 days and do this and this and that. And it's like, you don't want people to, like, literally sacrifice so much of their happiness just to get to where they want to be. And all this false advertising, y'all, like, it just kills me when people just false advertise. Like, stop the false advertisement just to get views. Like, people are literally out here trying to become healthier. Do not mislead them. And it really upsets me when I see people mislead people. Like, literally, if you focus on taking your time, doing it day by day, sticking to your clean eating, moderate eating in moderation, like, still loving the food that you love, creating a healthy balance between nutrient-based foods and the foods that you love. Like, if you love cheesecake and cookie dough, do not say, oh, I can't have this until the weekend, because then if the weekend come, baby, you're gonna eat up all the cookie dough there is, And a lot of people always come to me and say, oh, yeah, I know, I want you to train me because I know that you know how it feels. You've been there. I've been there. And I know that it's very hard. It's very hard mentally, if anything. Anybody can show up to a workout. But most people have to, like, train themselves to get into the habit of, like, mentally creating that discipline to stick to something, to stick to what they want to do. And part of it is learning how to create that balance, learning how to, like, have this and have that and still feel okay. The moment you start to feel guilty when you eat bad, is that lets you know that you need to tune into creating a more healthier relationship with food and your body. And that's something that I had to tell myself. Like, when I would overeat or eat something that I wouldn't really just eat, I would start to feel guilty. And I'm like, okay, then maybe, like, what's the problem? It's just food. Why do you feel guilty? Oh, it's because you feel like you did something bad, or oh, it's because you feel like you shouldn't have ate that. Once you start to create that, like, thing between good and bad food, like, okay, you may have a bad relationship with food, or maybe you developing a bad relationship with food, and it's time to buckle down and fix that, because you don't want to get 2-3 years into your journey, or maybe 6 months into your journey, and realize that every time you sit down and eat, you overthinking it, or every time you get ready to eat something, you overthinking it. You scared to go out to eat. It was a point where I would be scared to go out to eat because I didn't want to overeat. It was a point where I would literally starve myself until it's time for me to go out to eat because I didn't want to overeat. But then when I got to dinner, I ate my food, my boyfriend food. I want to taste my mama food, my daddy food, eating up all appetizers, and baby, we're not leaving without dessert. So, like, it's just a part of learning how to, like, be patient with yourself. Learn that we all, like, we're human. Like, we make those mistakes. And nothing beats staying consistent to whatever you decide you want to stick to. Like, don't let these fitness influencers mislead you, baby. Don't sacrifice a happy lifestyle. Don't sacrifice your, your well-being just to look like a certain thing. Because I promise you, you can literally look the same way and get there a better, a realistic way by still enjoying the things that you love and sticking to what you want to stick to, And we're in 2.5 years of my journey. And I can honestly say that this first part of 2021, I didn't do it the best way that I wanted to do. I haven't been my best. Like, I know when I'm my best, and I can honestly say that I haven't been my best. And when I sit down and think about it, it's been over 2 years that I've been in my journey. So it's like, okay, sometimes these things are bound to happen. I'm new to this. Like, I'm only 2.5 years into my journey, and I really haven't had like a bad, like this have been, I won't even say it was a bad 6 months, but it was a rough 6 months for me mentally, and just going through a new phase of my body, a new phase of like my lifestyle. I was living in Austin, cooking my own food, had my own controlled environment, and now I'm back at home, and I'm realizing that you're not in control of everything. You are in control of you. You're in control of your action, and you are in control of the decisions that you decide to make. So this is a different part of my journey, and I'm willing to adjust. I'm willing to get to where I want to be, and I'm willing to take my time and be patient with myself throughout this journey, throughout this next part of my journey. So I'm going to make the last 6 months of 2021 freaking amazing, okay? I'm going to be patient with myself. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to be realistic with the approach that I take towards, my lifestyle changes. And plus, I'm training ladies now. I have very consistent clients, and if I want them to be the best version of themselves, I have to model that. I have to be the person that I want my clients to, I want to be a good person for my clients to look up to. I want them to realize that we're being realistic around here. I'm not telling you to go starve yourself. I'm not telling you to not have you a glass of wine or drink, go out and have fun on the weekends. I'm telling you to be true to yourself, commit to becoming a better version of yourself, and living a healthier lifestyle. And a healthier lifestyle does not mean taking out everything that you love. That, like, when people say healthy lifestyle, I'm meaning mentally and physically. And mentally, if anything, because that's what's important. So, with that being said, I know I said a lot, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's get ready for July. Let's get ready to crush the last 6 months of 2021. We easing up out of the pandemic, so it's time to get on to it. Let's just get on to it. Let's do what we gotta do. Let's show up and show out. Show up for you. Become a better version of yourself, and live unapologetically you. Okay? Peace out, and y'all know the drill. Come back and miss such a girl.